Hey, welcome back, Rankers. Coming to you from home today. It's a public holiday in Melbourne. There's a lot coming up in the SEO space. I'm still working on .au at the moment, and I'm learning a lot about a whole number of different platforms. I told you last week about LinkedIn and how I've got a renewed enthusiasm for that platform. But also, I've started, this whole .au saga has made me start podcasting again for the first time in 13 years. Well, my own podcast anyway. And the first guest I had on is Josh Rowe. So you can go and check that out. I recorded that last week. It's called Brand Builders, and we're doing episode 1. And Josh is talking a lot about, as a former director of AUDA, a lot about what's happened and how we got here and how it's going to impact brands and all those sorts of things. But I've got another podcast that we also did about his role at Real As. And it's really interesting that what we discovered during the podcast about the keywords and things around his brand that he wasn't aware of. And it was just fascinating to see the data around his brand and how it's influenced different keywords. So my next one after that will be Steve Sammartino, and he's just awesome, the Super Sammer. And we'll be talking a lot about brand on that one as well. On the .au front, we've managed to get national TV tonight on the national news, which was no simple effort. We've got another national news outlet already interested this week, which will be going to air hopefully. But thank you everyone for your support. There's a lot of us that are under attack at the moment, and there's at least 3 or 4 of us that have been attacked behind the scenes that you don't know about. I'll probably bring that to air soon. These guys, and it's mostly guys that I can find out, are digging their own grave because they're playing really dirty, and the only reason they're doing it is because we are asking why we need .au. What is the business case? That's all we're saying. And they're coming after our businesses. They're coming after our domain names. So I will bring you more on that. But please, if you see the articles that we share and we tweet out, please get in there and comment. There's a lot of anonymous cowardly trolls coming at us on those forums and in those threads. And as far as I'm concerned, anyone who insults someone else behind an anonymous account is simply a coward. They don't have the guts to come out and say it to your face. And there's a lot of that going on. Mumbrella article last week was certainly, there's a lot of that on that. And you can see a lot of the there's at least 2 major brands that have come out in Australia and said this is a bad idea. So it's not just 1 or 2 people. It's a lot of business people in Australia. You're going to see a lot more activity. More business groups are getting involved. Big thanks to Retail Global, one of the best e-commerce conferences in the world. Coming up in May, incidentally, end of May. They sent it out to their database last week and have alerted all their retailers. So things are moving, and all we have to do to get this basically stopped, or at least stopped until they give us a business case, is really just get it out to the public and let them understand what it is that we're talking about. And for me, it's also very, very interesting from a digital marketing perspective and what's happening and what I'm learning along the way. And there's a lot about keywords in it, using the right keywords for the journalists, using the right keywords for the people who need to understand this and how it's going to cut through. It's only by using the right keywords, because if you use the wrong keywords, the wrong language, then people just switch off. And the same applies in everything that you do with your copy. Back at work tomorrow, but please watch ABC TV tonight. Thanks everyone. Bye.